in a spray of bullets. The media has stopped reporting what happened. I wonder why. Is the media under pressure? Or is there some other reason or motivation? Well, we put an investigation team to find out. And the Republic investigation team proves tonight, in a deep investigation that has premiered on the channel this evening, that untrained intelligence gatherers were given automatic weapons to kill at will. This is state-sponsored violence, not a situation where the armed amateur killers had no choice. The Republic investigation, a sting operation accompanied by extensive field reporting, reveals that the police conclude that rubber bullets were not used because there was a shortage of rubber bullets and hence real bullets were used. Can you believe it, viewers? They say we don't have rubber bullets, so we ended up killing 13 people. But worst of all, the investigation today shows a complete breakdown of basic protocol. It reveals a trigger happiness that the government in Tamil Nadu is trying to cover up. Viewers, I ask you tonight, watch our investigation and you ask yourself, has killing people become as easy as this? Has covering up for killings become as easy as this? And where is the rest of the media? Why is the entire media quiet? Why have the reporters stopped reporting? Why have the journalists stopped asking questions? Why is nobody revealing what is so easy to reveal? And what Shantashri Sarkar reveals in the Tuticorin sting is something, information that is available only if someone were to care to bring it out. The man who carried out the firing has been stung in the Tuticorin sting here on Republic debate number 1 and debate number 2 tonight. The army sets an example. There is absolute proof now that the Indian Army chief speaks the truth so clearly. He silences the Tukre gang. He doesn't even support Litul Gogoi when he does something wrong potentially. That's debate number 2. Who's going to speak up now? And here are the headlines this Friday evening on the debate tonight. For the first time since the firing, Police Insider reveals the entire Tuticorin truth. Republic stings the officer who carried out the firing. The administration role is exposed.
So, the step-by-step calculation is not possible. But what is the requirement that we did?
Protocol broken, step-by-step approach has been absolutely ignored. Explosive admission on the Tuticorin sting. Apprehension led to firing. Only account of what happened in Tuticorin will shock you.
अगर मेजर गोगोई ने कोई गलत कार्रवाई करी है तो मैं आपको यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूं कि जल्द से जल्द उसको सजा दी जाएगी और सजा ऐसी दूंगा मैं कि वो एक उदाहरण बन के रह जाए.
Army chief shuts up his critics. General Rawat sends resounding message on Major Litul Gogoi. And the army sets an example. Huge slap in the face of the Tukre gang tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, for the last 72 hours, the entire nation was kept in the dark on what happened in Tuticorin. How 13 people lost their lives. For some strange reason, the real story was buried under the weight of a political fight, countless protests, and an endless blame game. And for some reason, and I make a statement on this, the so-called national media, and of course the Lutyens media, has stopped reporting this case. Reporters have been pulled back. Crews are not on the ground. The media has gone into a silence zone. I wonder what the reason is. Motivation or something else? Well, we sent our investigative team, and tonight, Republic TV's Shantashri gets the truth out of the officer who carried out the firing. The only account of what happened in Tuticorin, which we are broadcasting this evening, will shock you. Here is the Tuticorin sting. And after that, on a matter of national importance, let's debate.
Barricades broken, vehicles torched, people in civil clothes opening fire. and men in khaki attacked. 13 people killed. The real story behind the merciless killing has been hidden. Republic Tonight exposes the Tuticorin truth.
13 people gruesomely murdered. Over 60 people are still injured and admitted in the hospital. Public property damaged and cops are still out there hounding people. Tuticorin turned into a tinderbox back on Tuesday. India wants to know the real picture behind the violence. Republic TV hits ground zero to get you the real story.
But still, how come they kind of breached the entire security of so much police deployment? How could they reach?
They pushed the police barricades, they pushed the police, they faced lathi charges also. They were charged there in the VVD signal also. We tried to stop there, they pushed the police, and they came to the next point. There also faced police, they pushed that point also. And they
Why did they become violent suddenly, sir? I mean, some provocation must be there.
Provocation means see, this is a mob mentality. This is the mob mentality. When they have huge crowd, they will leaders and surrounding some few people may be carrying some agenda, but remaining portion of the people will be indulging in violence only. That is the mob nature.
Who initiated the violence, sir?
Violence initiated by the mob only.
They started burning the vehicles. They started.
You see, prior to their arrival to the collectorate, you see the road.
P. Mahendran was the Tuticorin SP until Tuesday, transferred on Wednesday. He's the man who executed the orders to open fire. In this sting operation, he admits action was based on a preconceived notion.
Violence was the only measure. I mean, the way police retaliated with guns, was it the only measure?
How to chase them? It's a big mass, indulging in violence. They are trying to massacre all the buildings and all the public there, all the officials there. You see, Secretariat is a headquarters of the district administration. How much people will be there?
Isn't violence, isn't using guns the last measure?
Prior to that, we are used to all the methods. We announced also. You announced.
Tear gas was used. Lathi charge
was used.
So why not plastic bullets or rubber bullets?
That also used.
So there were no plastic bullets used.
No, you see,
there was direct firing.
The mass is not your assumption is different one. If a mass is agitating in the road, no, this is different one. They have almost entered inside the collectorate. So the step-by-step calculation is not possible. But what is the requirement that we did?
Okay.
What is the requirement that we did?
But isn't firing the last option? I mean, so many people
firing
were
is the
killed.
last option.
So many people had been killed.
Yes.
You could have scared them away using plastic bullets or using rubber bullets.
We did all. Rubber bullet maybe a shortage of that. Because what it means, there is no time shortage for that.
There was no time for using plastic or rubber bullets.
No, time means that is the very near danger. We can't go step by step. In provision also there is no such thing. It's an alternative one, that's all. Any non-lethal weapon we have to use.
This video on the day of violence only confirms the police took aim to kill. And P. Mahendran, the man who led the firing, reveals the full story.
There is an audio which has come along with the video where one of them is saying that one should be killed, sir. How do you justify this, sir? Because at the end of the day, that shouldn't be the first aim, that one should be killed, right, sir?
Let me investigate the matter. See, we are in the process of investigation. Everything we have to investigate it and
But why weren't police personnel, as they claim, weren't wearing uniforms? They were wearing t-shirts.
You see, some people they are doing some other works, police works also. If a vehicle is coming, 2-3 persons will be in Mufti to watch the situation and to keep something and to provide food also. For such job, we will be engaging some people in there.
These are not actual policemen.
He is a policeman.
Then why didn't he wear a uniform?
He is doing some intelligence work or some other petty work, no?
Intelligence work, matlab?
He will collect some intelligence. Who is there? For example, who is the leader? Who is coming there? Who is standing behind? That type of information he will collect.
Okay.
For emergency, for exigency, he might have entered into the scene.
Okay. But he wasn't deployed there.
He was deployed, but for
Republic sting operation proves the following. Complete failure of Tamil Nadu administration. Police open fire purely on a preconceived view. Complete breach of protocol. Lethal weapons were used because of what police calls a shortage of rubber bullets. Cops from the intelligence unit and not the anti-riot forces were deployed. The firing could have just been a state-sponsored massacre.
You saw the brazen justification made to justify the violence against people, how they broke the protocol, and also how they completely violated step-by-step method which should have been followed and unflinchingly executed the order to shoot down people. This massive revelation shows the rot in the system. With video journalist Raghavan, this is Shantashri in Tuticorin for Republic TV.
And I open the debate tonight. I would like to ask here Ashirvatam Achari to debate on this subject, and no amount of covering up will do. This is absolute brutality against the people. There has been an attempt at openly covering it up. You know what happened. You are not trying to reveal it, and the sting operation done by Republic TV exposes the following things. One, it exposes most shockingly, and Sabha can open the debate here with Ashirvatam Achari. I wish to just highlight what happened. The first thing it exposes is that he says rubber bullets were not used because maybe there was a shortage of rubber bullets. Can you believe it, Ashirvatam Achari? You don't have rubber bullets, so you use lethal bullets. It's as easy as that. No, don't shake your head. Point number two. Point number two. Point number two. Point number two. Point number two, Ashirvatam, don't cover it up. These are people who have died. Have some sensitivity on it. The second thing you say, we want to bring the situation on the ground, so we should not report this matter. I don't know where the media is. Nobody's reporting. I'm told there's pressure being put. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. The second thing which comes out is, who was that person with the rifle on top of the gun? You see a person there in those visuals out there. There are two people out there with guns. And there is one of those people out there who is got his automatic weapon behind him, who's spray painting bullets among the people. We were told that he's a member of the riot control police force, and we kept saying, Ashirvatam, why is he not wearing a uniform? They said, oh, you know what, he's not wearing a uniform because there was no time to wear the uniform. And you know what comes out now? Ratan Shada, pay attention to this. We now know that that man was an untrained man. He was some random intelligence person. He probably does not even know how to wield a gun. He is given a gun in his hand. A random intelligence man is given a gun in his hand and allowed to get up at a vantage point and shoot people. Medha Patkar is on the debate tonight. Just shoot. And I'm not making this up. I have on record the SP who has been transferred saying this, Medha Patkar. Yes. That this is an intelligence man who picked up a gun and shot at people. This is the truth. You don't. Medha Patkar, any initial thoughts on this, Medha Patkar, what we are seeing here right now, and some of the information that's what's coming out in the Tuticorin sting on Republic?
Disconnected.
Arnab.
It's absolutely inhuman.
Arnab.
Yes. No, Medha Patkar, please. Let me get Medha Patkar because I don't have a very good video line with her. Yes, ma'am.
I think it's absolutely inhuman and brutal. And it's not just the rot in the system, but it's a blot on our democracy and the police administration as well. They break the law and order and not the common people whom they generally accuse of. And it's obvious that the police dare not do all this in violation of every law and every rule unless there are blessings from the topmost. And hence, I cannot say that the sterilite, the corporate can be out of the accusation. I cannot say that the topmost in the power can be out of the whole, the contention that they are the culprits. And it's not only the local police administration that can be blamed. Obviously, the immediate culprits are those. But when the higher-ups must have given them a go-ahead, then only all these things can happen. Otherwise, the small policeman cannot, in civil dress, take a gun and go on shooting. So this is murder On one hand, it is martyrdom from the non-violent agitators. And it is murder on the part of the state. So they must be immediately arrested, whosoever. The long kind of fact-finding and long kind of this thing, the commissions of inquiry do not bring in the immediate results.
Absolutely not.
So these kinds of immediate arrests are necessary, but your fact-finding, I must salute you for that.
Thank you, Meera Patkar. No, I want to say one thing, Asirwata Machari. Everybody knows the strong views that Republic TV has against the use of NGOs, instigation of people, possible foreign funds, etc. You all know our position. And I must say this, Sabha, that I maintain that position. But that does not come in the way of the methods used on the ground, Ratan Sharda. The methods, you cannot say that there is a foreign instigation, foreign funding NGOs, so we will go and we'll put intelligence officers, give them automatic weapons, allow them to climb on top of trucks, and without a step-by-step escalation mechanism. Without a step in Delhi, and Shantashri asked a good question. She says, I'm a reporter in Delhi. When in Delhi there are crowds who can turn violent, you first use tear gas. And you follow up tear gas with water cannons. You do other things. You don't just randomly kill people.
Water cannon.
How were people randomly killed? Ratan Sharda, tell me this today. Everyone is on the debate today. Please tell me, Sabha, the question really is, I'm opening this matter up for debate today. Let Ratan Sharda debate with Sabha, please. Yes, go ahead. You justify it if you can.
So can I...
Yeah, go on. First Sabha to Ratan. First Sabha. Ratan Sharda after that. First Sabha.
Should I speak?
No, first let us speak. Ratan Sharda, let us speak.
Okay, let us speak. Arnab, I'm very happy to be. I'm very happy to be here. Can I?
What is there to be happy?
Arnab, I'm very happy to be here when you and I actually agree about something. I want to, Mr. Sharda, let me finish.
Let her finish.
Let me finish. So I want to make a point to add up to what Medha Patkar has said. I believe protest is the fundamental ground on which we got independence. All protesters, and this kind of an assault on people is complicity of government with corporate interests. This kind of brutal assault on an old agitation which was going on over there. And again I repeat, contrary to how you may see, I believe protest is a sign of health of the Republic. It's not disorder. It is people have a right to protest. They're protesting about pollution. And I entirely endorse what Medha Patkar has said. This is a brutal criminal act, and it also brings to mind how shabbily we can treat citizens who are poor, who step out in the street to protect their health, their children's health, in this case of a plant. And this incident should be a flashpoint for us to look back at our history of protecting corporate interests, and this goes across all parties. All political parties do it when it comes in the face of vulnerable sections of society. That's broadly what I would say.
Sabha, can I come in?
There is
no way anybody can justify this kind of police firing in any case.
No, it is not police firing. It is not police firing.
It is not police firing. Any kind of firing, any kind of killing.
It is not police firing.
What do you want me to say?
It is not police firing. I'm not trying to tell you to say anything. I want Pramod Krishna also to come into the debate. मैं चाहता हूँ Pramod Krishna भी debate पर आए.
What kind of spectacle every time a tragedy happens are we making? I'll give a list of unprovoked firings. 1980
No, don't give me a historical list.
1982 Manas Survey, 87 Hashimpuram Massacre, Rampur Tiraha,
don't give me a historical list. Don't give me a historical list. Viewers, I think. Human beings, the lives of human beings, the lives of human beings matters. The lives of human beings matters. You cannot shoot on a hunch. The lives of human beings matters. You shot on a hunch. You cannot kill people on a hunch. I have a confession on tape. You cannot shout me down. I am telling you today, shouting me down will not shout down the people. I know, and I'll repeat it today. I have repeated it again. I am speaking sense. I have an official on tape. I have an official on tape. 13 people have been ruthlessly killed, Ratan Sharda. 13 people have been ruthlessly killed, Ratan Sharda. 13 people have been ruthlessly killed out here. It doesn't suit your political narrative. That's your problem. It doesn't suit your political narrative. You know something, Ratan Sharda. What is right and right?
Person is not here.
Rubbish.
The Tamil Nadu government.
Absolute rubbish.
You don't have that person on the
absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Is lack of police reforms rubbish?
Absolute rubbish.
Is lack of police
absolute rubbish. Rubbish. Rubbish with a capital R.
What is not rubbish?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm telling you out here. We have stung the former SP of the region. Stop abusing me. I wish to bring others into the debate. Silence, please. Let Pramod Krishnan come in. Let Pramod Krishnan come in. Let Pramod Krishnan come in. Don't shout it. Thank you, Ratan Sharda. There is a 1 second. There's a point shouting at me.
I'm not shouting at you. I'm talking.
Silence, please. You're a senior man. I want Pramod Krishnan to come into the debate. I am asking Pramod Krishnan. Fuad Halim, there are others who are still into the debate. Sawal sirf ye hai. Sawal sirf ye hai. There's a simple point, Pramod Krishnan. I want you in the debate with Asirvadam Achari. Don't link unlinked things. The fact is, you keep going on and saying there's foreign funding to NGOs. If there is, it's bad. If the NGOs have instigated people, I'll be the first person to say, and I repeatedly say it. And Medha Patkar knows how much I've disagreed with her on programs like this against foreign funding of NGOs, which she denies.
Yes,
I still say it's bad.
Yes.
Asirvadam Achari, that does not allow the state to allow people to get on top of a truck with armed automatic weapons and spray paint, shoot them into the crowd. No.
I agree with you. That officer,
then where is the action?
He is an intelligence officer. His duty is not to take
then
a
why
gun
is he
and
shot?
Shoot.
Then why is an intelligence officer? Then why is an intelligence officer shooting Pramod Krishnan? Rajiv Pandey and Pramod Krishnan?
He has taken the gun and shot.
Why is
Who
he?
has given him the permission?
Why is he?
Not supposed to.
Who gave him the permission? Who gave him the gun?
Can I say something?
Who gave him the gun? Yes, Pramod Krishnan.
Please allow me.
I am asking you, who gave him the gun? Rajiv Pandey, who gave him the gun?
Arnab Goswami, पहली बात तो I salute you. मैं आपका धन्यवाद अदा करता हूं आपके चैनल का कि आपने इस सेंसिटिव इशू को उठाया. बाकी कोई चैनल क्यों नहीं उठा रहे हैं इसके बारे में मुझे नहीं कहना, लेकिन मैं इतना ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगा अर्णब गोस्वामी कि मैंने इतिहास में आज़ादी की जब लड़ाई हो रही थी फ्रीडम मूवमेंट में, जलियांवाला कांड जहां निहत्थे लोगों पर फायर किया गया था, गोली बरसाई गई थी और उनके खून के निशान आज तक भी हैं जलियांवाला बाग में. जो जलियांवाला बाग में हुआ वो तो अंग्रेजों ने उसका हुक्म दिया था, जनरल डायर ने हुक्म दिया था, लेकिन ये हिंदुस्तान की आजादी के बाद जो तमिलनाडु में हुआ है ये इतना घिनौना है, इतना घिनौना है, शर्म आनी चाहिए. सुनिए जो सरकार है, सरकार के पास क्या पुलिस ने जो गोली चलाई जो हत्या है लोकतंत्र की,
गलत हो जलियांवाला बाग लाने की क्या बात है इसमें? मुझे बोलने नहीं चला, उनको बोलने दीजिए.
आपके पास जलियांवाला बाग लाठीचार्ज करें, सरकार आप गोली मार सकते थे, लेकिन हवाई फायर करना चाहिए था. तीसरी बात, गोली पैर में मारनी चाहिए थी, सीधा छातियों पे गोली मार.
पहले कभी गोली नहीं चली, आप मुझे बोलने नहीं देते. सारे आजाद देश में क्या, आपका यूपी में क्या हुआ, दिल्ली में क्या, पहले कभी गोलियां नहीं चली. पुलिस को धिक्कार है, पुलिस को धिक्कार है, उसको सुधारने को तैयार नहीं है. ना आपकी कांग्रेस पार्टी, ना बीजेपी, ना कोई भी पार्टी, सबको पुलिस हथियार है सबके लिए. और आप यहाँ के जलियांवाला बाग की बात करते हैं,
गोली चलाने को
बहस चलिए, तमाशा चल रहा है.
हिंदुस्तान के मासूम
कौन सी बहस चले यहाँ पर?
हक मांग रहे हैं, उन पे गोली.
सारे देश की मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं.
सरकार को चाहिए कि तमिलनाडु सरकार को बर्खास्त करे.
आप ममता को बर्खास्त करेंगे,
करने से काम नहीं चलेगा.
सैकड़ों लोगों को मारा, ममता को बर्खास्त करिए, केरल की सरकार को बर्खास्त करिए, तब आपका मुंह नहीं खुलता. ये सेक्युलरिज्म आपका, डेमोक्रेसी के नाम पे लोगों की हत्या की
आईपी डिबेट पर है. आईपी सिंह डिबेट पर है. आईपी सिंह डिबेट पर है.
Ask Mamta to resign. Ask CPM to resign.
That's his view. That's his view. He has a right to his view. He has a right to his view.
And you are shouting like that.
IP Singh has a right. IP Singh and Pramod Krishnan. IP Singh and Pramod Krishnan. I would say this. I am saying this. Tomorrow when people go and protest in Jantar Mantar on the apprehension of violence, you'll shoot at them.
पुलिस फायरिंग करती है, पुलिस कोई भी जस्टिफाई नहीं कर सकता कि पुलिस गोली चलाए. लेकिन जिस तरह से त्यागी प्रमोद कृष्णन लिखते हैं, ये कांग्रेसी हैं, ये इनको बिल्कुल इसमें राजनीति नहीं करना चाहिए. कोई भी सरकार इसकी इजाजत नहीं दे सकती कि पुलिस सीधे जनता के ऊपर गोली चलाए। लेकिन ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन का इशू है, जब तक इस पर वाइडल रिपोर्ट नहीं आ जाती है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के पास, तब तक इस पर किसी भी कंक्लूजन में नहीं पहुंचा जा सकता है। लेकिन ये जो हादसा हुआ, ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण
चाहिए था कि इतने भीड़ इकट्ठा क्यों होने दी, और अगर भीड़ इकट्ठा हुई तो पहले फायर हवाई करना चाहिए था, हवाई फायर करना चाहिए था। आप बर्बरता के समर्थक हैं क्या? अगर आपका बच्चा, आपका भाई, आपके परिवार का कोई व्यक्ति उस मूवमेंट में होता,
नहीं, सवाल ही नहीं, सवाल देखिए, पुलिस है रबर बुलेट चलाना हो या वाटर कैनन से प्रयोग करना हो, इसका प्रयोग की इजाजत तो मिलती है, लेकिन पुलिस गोली नहीं चला सकती। ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन का विषय है कि किन कारणों से वहां गोलियां चली और जनता उसमें मारी गई, 50 लोग से ज्यादा घायल हुए। बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण, बहुत ही
Have they used the rubber bullet? Where was the rubber bullet? If they don't have rubber bullet, they should have ordered for rubber bullet.
Then why
they
were people
could have taken people from Tirunelveli. They could have taken from the another district. They could have taken the DIG of that region. He could have brought the people from the neighboring districts. Why it was not done? Who has not given the order? If that order was signed by the judicial magistrate or the executive magistrate,
Fuad Halim and Rajiv Pandey.
If without seeing that order,
Fuad Halim and Rajiv Pandey, one second. Fuad Halim and Rajiv Pandey. The question is this. The question is this. The question is this. And I say this today. I'll tell you one thing. 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 What is my problem today with the so-called Lutyens media? Where they need to ask questions, they don't. They will not ask questions on NGO, foreign funding, etc. Where they need to ask questions about why people were spray painted with bullets, they won't ask questions here also. I ask you here today. I ask you one question. I ask you here to let Rajiv Pandey debate with Fuad Halim. The question is this, and don't be quiet today, people. I ask everyone out there, all the usual trolls, why are you quiet today? Does it hurt your conscience? What is the sting that Shantashri has reported here in Tuticorin? Should BJP supporters be allowing this? Should AIDMK supporters be allowing this? Should political party supporters of any side take sides politically on the spray painting of innocent civilians in a peaceful protest like this? And my question is, even if there was some violence, one point is this, even if there was some violence, you cannot have revenge violence. My question is this, Rajiv Pandey, don't cover on investigation. The most shocking part, Fuad and Rajiv will debate this. When Shantashri uses some very relevant parallels, she says, why are non-lethal methods not used? This man simply turns around and in the first part, later he tries to cover it up. You know what he says? We can't go step by step in provision also. It's an automatic only. So basically you are saying, I will abscond procedure. Understand this, Medha Patkar. Procedure does not matter. Let's have everyone on the screen. There is no step-by-step mechanism. By this logic, tomorrow when a protest happens somewhere else, you don't need to use water cannons. You can just go and shoot in the air and then shoot in the ground. What is this? What procedure? There's no procedure here. There was no procedure followed as per the sting. Shantashri, can you please share? Shantashri, can you please share what he said? When you asked him, did he not say we cannot go step-by-step in provision only? You realize how dangerous a statement that is? India is a democracy, you will have protests.
He stood up.
It cannot be your first line of resort to spray paint people with bullets.
He rather stood up for the fact. Yes. This was his first line, that he rather stood to the fact that we have broken the protocol. We cannot follow step-by-step method. Any kind of non-lethal method wasn't their option available. We used tear gas, but no other methods were used. Well, the options were available. Rubber bullets were in shortage. So what will they do? Will they go trigger happy and shoot out at the people? The person who is not wearing uniform, not trained, have been given automatic rifles and allowed to given a free hand to shoot at the people, not even below the waistline, but directly at the people who are approaching them. So this is the kind of brazen
the precedent being set for the rest of the country. No, look at the precedent. Yes, Fuad.
I thank you for taking up the question that I had raised on your channel.
No, let him speak. Let Fuad speak.
You don't allow him to speak.
No, I let him speak. He heard you for 30 minutes. He heard you for 30 minutes. Why are you shouting at Fuad?
The fascist who kills people.
Who's the fascist?
He is the guy who killed people in Kerala, who killed people in Bengal.
Ratan Sharda actually needs my time.
Okay, thank you. Let him speak.
So
now,
he's allowed
coming
to
to this
speak
particular incident.
Please.
Let's look at this incident very clearly.
Let him speak.
Over here, Ratan, I'm not going to shout you down. I just want my time. You see, in this incident, two violations very clearly are evidence. One is that when an assault rifle is issued to a person of the armed police, he has to be accountable for the bullets. Over here we see two people using the same assault rifle. So let's be very clear. I know from my understanding that the assault rifle which the colored was not issued to him, because assault rifles are issued to people in uniform.
Shame on you.
So when the assault rifle reaches the hand of the person who is in a colored dress, one immediately knows that there is a serious breach in protocol. This breach of protocol, somebody in the state government, somebody in the central government has to take responsibility. Let's be very clear. The state government and the central government both are culpable, because in this context the Union Home Ministry, the Secretary of that department has categorically
controlling law and order, gentlemen. Do you know this? Law and order is
I'm asking only one thing, that how come?
So the
I completely agree that there is a failure of intelligence failure.
The Bharatiya Janata Party
who are these guys who are burning the buses?
Police action.
You understand? Collectorate would have been burnt. So many people would have been killed. I agree with Arnab Goswami that whoever is responsible, he should be punished. But if action would have not been taken by the police and collectorate would have been burned, then you would have again blamed that same
police firing.
Or that same
how inhuman these two
Taira Hasan and Suman Raman on the debate tonight. One second. If 13 people have died, the question for us is, since the day of the firing, and I thank you for the feedback on the story, I ask you one question here. Sumant and Tahira Hasan, let Tahira come in. Since the day of the police firing, everyone in the government administration, from the CM to the DGP, are busy blaming the protesters for the death of 13 innocent people. Right? Not one word has been made about the use of brutal force by a seemingly unauthorized intelligence personnel. And I'll tell you one thing, Sumant. I don't think if the media wants to, the media can expose this. I cannot believe that Chantrasree Sarkar is the only reporter on the ground who can uncover this fact. She's done a terrific job and I'm very proud of her. But the fact is,
I'm glad that...
I'm very proud of the work she's done, but it cannot be that nobody...
I'm glad you picked up really a very important and very sensitive issue. And it's a shame on Tamil Nadu government, and of course the centre should also step in. The innocent people died. Democracy does not give us right only to cast vote. It gives us right to protest also. And they were protesting against the pollution. They are protesting to protect the country against the pollution. And the police and the state government.
Rajiv Pandey.
They did not.
This protest was
having their own people. Do you think it's right? Don't you think it's undemocratic? And whatever happened, what the police...
The point made so far. The point made so far.
The way police is irresponsible.
1 minute. Fatima.
The center should also step in.
Tahira.
Because innocent people died.
Only Tahira and Rajiv Pandey.
Arnab, the center.
Tahira and Rajiv Pandey.
You can't go and burn.
Rajiv Pandey.
You are assaulted. And you are taking not feeling shame.
This is urban Naxals activity. And this is deliberately being planned in this country just to malign the
human rights and
government.
everything. And what about the 80% people? Shame on you. You are shouting like that. You are protecting police. You are protecting this action. You are protecting Tamil Nadu government. Inhuman act. Shame on you.
No, nobody is supporting that inhuman act, madam. I am saying these urban Naxals, You see, everywhere.
Then why
they
the
are
action
doing-
has
now,
not been taken yet?
Fahid
Why the
Saab is
action has not been
talking
taken
something.
yet?
They killed
What
people
about
in
the
Singur.
SP?
Using
I
the
said,
phrase-
how you can go and
Using okay, I'd like Sabha to come in. I'd like Sabha to come in. I'd like Sabha to come in. I would like Sabha to come in. I would like Sabha to come in with Rajiv Pandey, of course. One point is Rajiv Pandey debate with Sabha. Rajiv Pandey, the Vivek Agnihotri phase urban Naxals is a word that you are using now. Let me tell you, I too have strong views on several people who use subversive means. But please understand, let us not stop being logical. The Chief Minister tried to cover it up. Palaniswamy had put out a series of tweets defending and almost making a case for the Tuticorin shootings. You know what he said? Ask Medha Patkar out here. And I must tell you, there has to be an occasion sometime when, regardless of right or left or who is which ideology and who is right-leaning and left-leaning and center-leaning, the fact of the matter is there is also right and wrong. Don't forget that. The Chief Minister went to the extent of saying, and I quote him, Sabha, on this debate, let's have an open debate today. The Chief Minister said, when someone hits you, you naturally tend to defend yourself. So on such situations, no one acts in a pre-planned manner. My question is, our sting today proves that the police is not acting entirely in self-defense. They did not follow the protocol. They did not use rubber bullets. They believed in escalating it. They did not put authorized personnel. They gave guns in the hands of intelligence personnel who went on in civil clothes and t-shirts like urban cowboys, shooting cowboys on top of buses and spray painted innocent people. I do not know what's happening in our country that we are supposed to be quiet about this. I tell you, there has to be a time, and Rajiv, I told you, Kathua, Unna was wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong, fundamentally wrong.
Tamil Nadu government stood and their police stood with industry.
You justified this today, you're wrong.
Another worry is that the Chief Minister actually said he heard about it from the media. Arnab, what is really worrying was the Chief Minister's statement that he actually heard it from the media as to the actual situation that was happening on the ground. So that indicates a massive failure of governance, massive intelligence failure. So I think that, we need to look at this whole issue in perspective. So far, no action has been taken against a single official. By now, the government knows who gave the order.
How come these so many
Rajiv Pandey and Sabha and Rajiv Pandey.
And if any law is breached, the people will be arrested. And the person is suspended. But I am saying, you don't blame. You see, such a huge crowd is trying to attack the collectoriate.
No, you are trying to bury Sabha and Rajiv. Listen to Sabha to Rajiv. Sabha, go on. You can.
Whoever is responsible will be punished.
I think this is so shocking. I think this is so shocking that the Chief Minister should speak in this language, because as far as I understand, the point of government, democracy, is to protect the small citizen, not to provide an alibi for what amounts to almost a criminal act by the forces. The state is there for the rights of every citizen, no matter how helpless, how weak he is. And this whole tendency to always try and give an alibi to ham-handed police action, ham-handed government, the whole thing is, I believe, dangerous for democracy.
I
repeat, I'm glad you brought these facts out.
Investigated that how they have taken action, this action. But what about the people? Who were them?
You do not go around killing unarmed citizens.
Who have financed them?
You can even
Who has financed them?
This kind of
things are happening. Sometime even.
No, financing.
The protesters I am talking, Arnab.
How is this linked to the financing?
I know
how is this linked to the financing? Pramod Krishnan, why don't you separate this?
I am saying, whoever has
Mahatma Gandhi was financed. Are you saying every protest is financed?
Don't compare
Are you forgetting the basis of this country?
Don't compare Mahatma Gandhi with urban Naxals and jihadis.
Please
don't compare. I am saying, whoever has committed illegal activities will be
Asirwad Acharya and
trying to say, just understand why you should have been the superintendent of
and asking him to take a gun and firing people like
I'm
But
afraid, sir,
very shameful.
your
Very
suggestion that
shameful
protest
today.
is financed
Very shameful.
is
Do you
so
know
despicable
that man
because
standing
the
on
weaker
that
citizen
bus,
goes out there.
firing
Men,
the
women and
people like a
children who are
bird?
daily wage
Is
earners
it
go
what
out there
you
and they lose their
respect
wages.
that human life like this? Very shameful. The Tamil Nadu police has to apologize to the people of Tamil Nadu because you cannot do that. These human lives cannot be returned back. These 13 lives cannot be returned back. 102 people are now fighting for their life in the hospitals. Today, Madurai...
Don't run away from the back door. Mr. Simanand, you are trying to give a back door exit to the AIADMK government in Tamil Nadu.
Because they may die any time. That is why they have been asked to be shifted to private hospitals.
This is the poorest alibi that you can give. Mr. Asimanand, you are trying to let the AIADMK go scot-free. You are creating an argument where the political executive has no role in the decision making that led to the deaths that have taken place over here. How unfortunate and how unacceptable an argument you are placing. You are trying to say the first time in India that the police firing will have no political responsibility. The Bharatiya Janata Party as a political party has not taken a resolution to condemn the police firing. The AIADMK as a political party has not taken a resolution to condemn the police firing.
Why don't you stop? Why don't you stop? Ratan Sharda, you are being absurd tonight. You are being absurd tonight. You are being absurd. You are being absurd. You have left your sense of logic behind before entering the studio. Ratan Sharda, are you making a case? Are you crying?
What kind of debate is this?
Are you crying? What kind of debate is this? Ask Medha Patkar. Ask Medha Patkar. Ask Medha Patkar. Ask Medha Patkar. Speak to Medha Patkar tonight. Ratan Sharda, stop shouting at me. I am asking you.
Everybody is condemning.
There is a.
Everybody is condemning state police.
You say I don't have rubber bullets.
Where is the debate?
I don't have rubber bullets, so I'll kill people.
So
this is what it's come out.
Everybody says that's wrong.
Who
has defended it?
You know how dangerous argument.
None on your panel has defended it. So why are you calling it absurd?
Well, in this country, from students to old people, everybody goes out and protests. I cannot have a situation where you say I don't have rubber bullets, so I'll shoot people down.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Then why?
What is the debate? Everybody says so.
What is the debate? The debate is of the precedent you're setting in this country. The debate is the precedent you're setting in this country.
Absurd is the AIADMK governance behavior. Absurd is police behavior.
Absurd is you're looking the other way.
Police reform for last 70 years.
Absurd is you're looking the other way.
That is the tragedy.
Medha Patkar, absurd is you're looking the other way.
We make spectacle out of tragedy, that is absurd.
Who's making a spectacle out of a tragedy? Why did the tragedy happen? Why did the tragedy happen?
Why it happens?
Why did the tragedy happen?
Why this was allowed?
Who gave people? Who gave people? You're embarrassed today. Who gave people a certificate?
100 days is happening. Nobody talked.
Look at me and answer. Who gave people? Who gave people? Who gave people a certificate to use fatal bullets to shut up the voice of the protesters? And if the protesters, if any of the protesters were instigated by a foreign crowd, does that? You want to listen to me? Who gave?
Would you listen to me?
Yeah, will you listen to the question? Who gave the certificate to use fatal bullets to shut up the voice of the protesters and the mob? Find out. That's what I'm doing out here.
Yes, exactly.
Then why does it embarrass you? Why do you fire recklessly at ordinary people? Why do you fire recklessly at innocent people? Why do you on a whim kill people? If your supplies of rubber bullets are not there, does it give you the blessings and the justification to kill and murder innocent people? This is completely rubbish. I don't understand. What are you saying? There was no evidence. There was no evidence. Shouting here does not make you correct. You are embarrassing yourself because you realize, well, why don't you come and speak? Why don't you tell the RSS to take a position on it? Why doesn't the RSS go on a protest on this? What don't they think about people? Why does it embarrasses you? Kills your urban national stream. Come on, you cannot give a gun.
You are trying to grab into saying something.
No, I'm not. I want you to listen. I want you to listen to Medha Patkar also because
you are trying to say something which I am not saying. I will not say. I have condemned police. I have condemned
untrained people are given guns.
I am saying 100 is happening. Nobody
untrained people, Medha Patkar, are given guns. Untrained people are given automatic weapons.
Yes, nobody went there.
Untrained people. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. The real story is the reason you're frustrated is because the Luthians...
You are frustrated, I'm not.
Well, don't comment on my frustration. Let me tell you. I'll tell you one thing. Sabha is very much on the panel. You address her. I'm not stopping you from addressing her. But I am asking you again. The frustration, just an observation. The frustration is that the media had been managed. And today, where is this irritant called Republic TV coming in? When everybody had just left Tuticorin, everybody's gone back, done their feature stories, gone back, and they will come back 2 weeks.
Expose everybody, expose the people who are doing all this, expose the police, expose the government.
This is not a story.
100 days is
Ratan Sharda, take a break here. Take a break.
You take a break.
Mr. Ratan Sharda, I think so. You should be embarrassed. You are talking like a two-headed snake, Mr. Ratan Sharda. You organized and you are putting one position on national network. You are the most unfortunate representative of an Indian organization. The RSS doesn't have a resolution condemning a stated position on the Jallianwala Bagh incident till date. You don't have a single word against the Jallianwala Bagh atrocity, and you want to talk about what happened in Tuticorin. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should not appear for your organization.
And you're bringing RSS and Tuticorin. There's nothing to do with it. You have no reason to bring in RSS.
You want to run about all over India. You don't have a position on Jallianwala Bagh. That's the clarity of the question.
IP Singh and Fadali. IP Singh and Fadali.
You are like India. Spokesperson. This is the Deshbhakti of the RSS. This is the Deshbhakti of the RSS. This is the nationalism of the RSS. You
आज जो यूपीए यूनाइटेड यूपीए है क्या उसकी निंदा करेंगे?
The RSS bullets went into the chests and the heads of the people, of those 13 people who died.
Court marching.
Any person
How can you say RSS? I will not take it to court. How can he say that? How can he say that RSS bullets? Who are you to say this? Your bullets, your people. You killed people in Singhu. You killed people in Tripura. In Kerala, you come here the RSS bullets. What right you have got to make this allegation? You must apologize.
Somebody who does not have authorization.
I also take back your words. Are you Rahul Gandhi? You are as idiot as Rahul Gandhi. You are behaving as stupidly as Rahul Gandhi. Talking of RSS bullets. You have no shame at all. You are not embarrassed. You have lost your senses.
Standing by a murderer, Mr. Ratan Sharda.
What kind of behavior you are talking about? You are coming here in public debate talking of RSS bullets.
You can't talk about RSS bullets.
This guy a violent party.
No, you can't say about RSS bullets. I make my point. I'm telling you can't speak about RSS bullets. I'm telling you can't blame the RSS without reason. But that's not the issue. That's not the issue. The issue is not political. Stop it. Everything in the country is not RSS versus non-RSS. My issue is fundamental. Can I speak? Oh God, you know Ratan Sharda, you're on some trip today. Relax.
What guy he tells me RSS bullets? You call me on trip? What kind of person you are? Ask him to take his word back. It's a tragedy being seen RSS community.
Why is he defending this?
Your mind is dirty.
You're a garbage. कि केंद्र सरकार को लगता है मैं नायडा हसन से कहता हूं
the issue is not
of people who
you are total garbage today.
These people go protesting peacefully.
You know what I find unfortunate in all of this is I go to Medha Patkar. What are you talking about? I tell you, untrained people who are given guns, that is what scares me. If you ask me, the biggest issue here is not the environmental issue for me right now. Don't take it otherwise if you're an environmentalist. For me, the biggest issue is not save the environment. Save people is a bigger issue. Untrained people cannot be given guns. Now, if you tell me, 1 second, I make my position clear. Can I speak for a while because you've been going non-stop? I want everyone on the screen. I'll tell you my view of Medha Patkar. I say that even if I disagree with you completely, even if you say Medha Patkar and our people are CIA agents, KGB agents, this, that, etc., foreign funding, anti-national, etc. Now, I can have views and I can take her on ideologically on the program. But if tomorrow a group of people who have allegiance to Medha Patkar on an environmental issue which I disagree with come together and protest, I cannot say that because they're ideologically non-aligned with me, I will therefore allow and turn the blind eye when untrained people are given guns to shoot at them. Now, the fact of the matter is, if you give a gun to an intelligence officer, tomorrow you will give a gun to any Tom, Dick and Harry and say, go counter the crowd. This is the most dangerous thing in India. That's what I'm concerned about. You can't justify that. Medha Patkar, listen to her. She's listened to her long enough. Medha Patkar. You can't, no, whatever garbage and all, Medha Patkar.
No right to sit here in the panel and make this kind of
Will you stop having a personal fight with Fuad Ali, please?
How is he allowed to speak this?
Did
you ask him to take back his words?
What has he said?
He said these are RSS bullets?
He said it and I said I don't agree. Can we move on? Can we move on? Stop being oversensitive about it. I said I don't agree. Can we move on? Can I
On
listen
a
to Medha
tragedy,
Patkar
you
once?
encash the tragedy by speaking like this. That is
Again,
not
you
objection.
go on.
People have continuously condemned
Further,
RSS.
let's clarify the point that we
atrocity.
moved.
But to encash this
That's history for us.
Shame.
No, clarify the point. And
Talk
move on.
about the tragedy.
Anyway,
You should be
disagree with
ashamed
you.
for taking up a position in favor of people who actually murdered
Where have you taken
13
a position
citizens
for
of
Adeli?
India.
Are you deaf? Are you deaf?
You should be ashamed,
Where have you taken
Ratan
the position?
Sharda. Please change your position. Please change your position, Ratan Sharda. Come out and say that the BJP government in the center and the AIDMK government in Tamil Nadu both are culpable for those deaths. Does the RSS believe that when a police violence takes place,
Medha Patkar on the debate today. I am saying today.
Politics in this country.
I am Medha Patkar. Please, please listen. Please listen.
The politics in this country. The politics in this country, which is relying on the nexus with the corporates, will always deal on the non-issues when it comes to the concrete accusations against the system and their own representatives. This is what is seen with the Tamil Nadu government, the police administration and the central government, all of them in nexus with the Sterilite. And the Sterilite or Vedanta is very well known for this. Unfortunately, in the power positions today, we have certain individuals who are also accused in other murder cases. Now, whether they are acquitted or not, everywhere, wherever there is a situation of law and order according to the police administration, nothing else but following the rules of the game is what is required.
I wish
that is not
I
done,
wish I'll close
then
the
all
debate.
The culprits must be
No, I'll close the debate at this point. But once again, I would understand. I would tell you this. Congress, BJP does not matter. What happened is today, I first of all congratulate Shantashri for a great news report and some great field reporting. And I hope this is the start of, I think the entire national media should now not be intimidated and go there and find out and expose the Tuticorin truth. I thank you all very much for joining me on debate number 1. Debate number 2 is on the Army Chief's comments, very relevant, and he shuts up his critics on that in a few minutes.